curse when we're in traffic. A million flavors of your chapstick. The way that you keep my heart captive.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today you can see I have a special guest here. If you do not know, because you're used to seeing him in construction gear, this is my husband Mike, in charge of all the DIY projects in this house. And he's joining me in today's video because we are going to be doing our gender predictions. We do not know the gender of baby number 2. I'm currently 36 weeks and you guys have been asking for this video, if I'm going to do it, when I'm going to do it. So we're finally sitting down together and we are going to go through them and see whether all of these old wives' tales and whatnot are gearing more towards a boy or more towards a girl. Mike definitely thinks it's a boy, so we'll see if he's right. That's what he really wants. That's what he thinks it is. I just have a notebook here and I'll be tallying it down. I'll have you like read off some of the questions and then I can answer. So I'll just write here boy on one end and girl on the other, tally it up, and then we'll total and see what it ends up saying. On to the very first thing. And the very first one that we're going to be doing is going to be, let's see. Okay, it's going to be the ring test. So with the ring test, all that it says, I'll read off basically what these tests mean, how you would do them for those of you that are expecting if you would want to do any of these at home. And right now I'm looking at my viewfinder. I realize Mike and I are both wearing pink today, but that does not by any means mean we're team girl, okay? I actually did it with Mila and it came back in circular motions, which actually meant it was a girl, and it was 100% accurate with Mila. So it said I was having a girl, and we of course had a girl. Now it says you just lie down, and then it said you or your partner, either of you. When I did with Mila, I kind of did it myself, so I'll probably just do it myself this time too. You place a ring on either a string if you have that. What I tend to do is usually on just like one of your spare necklaces. Take your ring off, hang it on there, and then if it sways side to side, that would mean you're having a boy. If it sways in circular motions, then you're having a girl. So for the ring test, as you guys saw, or hopefully we were close enough to the camera for you to see, but the ring test determined we would be having a boy. So that's the first point, and that's going on team boy. Next one that we're gonna do is going to be the Chinese gender calendar. This one is also really popular. I did it with Mila. It was actually wrong for Mila, but they have so many different versions that you can basically look through. So we have to put the month that the baby was conceived. Okay, so September, right? Mm-hmm. And then how old were you? Was that in September? So that was right before my birthday, so I was still 30. Mm-hmm. And then you just hit predict baby's gender right from your phone or your computer, and it says that we're going to meet a baby boy. So that is oh my God. So tally. All right, so for the Chinese gender calendar, that also is another point for boy. So team boy once again. So mark 2. So far we are 2 to 0.
2.
Let's see.
0.
All right, the next one that we're going to be doing is the baking soda gender test. I've also seen this one, really cool. So we're gonna go down in the kitchen and do this one so you guys can see. And it says to try out this super popular gender test at home, you have to mix equal parts your urine. So the pregnant mom's urine, half of that, and then half of the baking soda. Mix that together. It's said to believe if it fizzes that you're pregnant with a baby boy. If it does absolutely nothing, then that means you're having a girl. Okay, so for the next one, we're actually going to read down a list. So Mike, I'll have you read some of them. Okay. Remember we did this at MILA'S gender reveal, like I put in a frame. Old wives' tales, and I like circled which is which, whatever. For MILA'S, the majority that won was leaning towards girl, and that of course was accurate. So I'm going to do the same test again. The first is the baby's heart rate. If it's 140 or up, you're having a little girl. If it's below 140, then you're having a boy. It was a little tricky because when we went to our 8-week ultrasound, the heart rate was 140. Then at our 20-week, it was like 168. So that would have meant girl. But then at my most recent one, and I want to say between like 30 weeks on, it's been like 120, 125, and that would indicate boy. But I guess for so far, the majority of them have been higher than like 140 and higher. we'll give a point to girl for that one. Cravings. If you're craving sweet, you're having a girl. If you're craving salty, you're having a boy. Definitely craving salty. What are the chips that I've been obsessed with?
Salt and vinegar and sour cream and onion.
Sorry, yeah, sour cream and onion. I've always kind of liked that, but definitely salt and vinegar. Like, I've been obsessed with that.
So what do we have?
That one would mean it's boy, because that's salty. So you could give another point for boy. And morning sickness. Yes means girl, no means boy. Sad to say, but I had horrible morning sickness until like 21 weeks. More than half of my pregnancy, I was really sick.
If I gain weight or maintain weight, I would say maintain. Pretty much the same.
Yeah, he's
when
definitely...
first started.
One thing I would say though, his cravings, he's craved more things than me, and I'm supposed to be the pregnant one, but for some reason, it's just not showing in his body. So maintain would be boy.
Boy.
Emotions. Have I been moody or have I been happy?
Moody.
Moody.
So 1
These
point for a girl.
emotions have been like crazy. With me, I was really happy. But this time around, it's been a roller coaster ride, and it says that's a point for girl. Headaches. No means girl, yes means boy. I have unfortunately, yes, been experiencing headaches, which normally I never do. So that would be boy. Am I carrying high or low? I feel like this one's tricky because I have a longer torso. What would you say, Mike? Like, is this belly higher or is it lower? Like, here's the my underwear line is
Which
here.
one's the boy?
Okay, you're not supposed to
High.
base it based on
High?
that. You feel like I'm high? I'm low. Anyway, so I was comparing, the main way I was able to tell is by comparing it to pictures of when I was pregnant with Mila, and this one I'm definitely carrying lower. So that lower is boy.
Boy.
The final one on this list is belly shape. If your belly is wide, you're said to be having a girl. If it's round, then you're said to be having a boy. So what do you think?
Boy.
It's round, yeah. It's like a little basketball. Super round. So the next one we're gonna need Mila. So we're gonna put on the back of her head, and you have to look at the hairline of either, if you have one child, you would just look at that child's back of the hairline. If you have multiple children, then this is when you would look at the youngest child. So whatever child you had most recently, that's when that would determine this one. And this one is called the baby hairline gender test. And it says that according to Wives' Tales, in order to determine the sex of your next baby, look at the hairline on the nape of your current or youngest child's neck. If the hairline comes to a peak in the middle, then you are going to be welcoming the opposite sex. So because I have a little girl, if Mila's comes to a peak, that means I would be having a boy. And if it's straight across line, then you'll welcome a child of the same sex. So if we see that her hairline is straight, then we're having another girl. All right, guys, so for this last one, I'm not gonna read the instructions because this is called like the gender, like the key test or something like that. And if I look at what it says of the gender, of course, I'd be jinxing it and kind of know what I'm gonna pick. So he's supposed to put a key in his hand, and depending on the end that I grab first, that determines if it's a boy or girl. So we're gonna do that, and then I'll read exactly how to do this test if you want to do it yourself at home.
How you pick it up?
However I pick it up, right? That's what I kind of thought it was. Okay, so depending on the top or the length, depending however I pick it up.
It says that it's
Babe, what?
has no basis in reality whatsoever, which
Which most of these probably don't.
this one's ridiculous.
This was one of the top ones. I went through that bump list and I decided to do whichever were like top ones.
Alright, let's see how you grab the key.
This is the last one we're gonna do. Okay.
Oh, so if you grab it by the shiny silver part, it's a girl.
It's a girl, okay.
And if you grab it by the top end, the round piece, it's a boy. Isn't that crazy?
So that's another point for a girl, right?
Yep.
Alright, so Nick has everything tallied up to see. Are we team girl or are we team boy?
I don't know, guys. Did you guys sum the points up at home?
Were you adding it together at home? It looks like we are definitely, by a landslide,
A boy.
team boy. So we'll see in just a couple of short weeks I am, like I said, 36 weeks pregnant, but I had my cervical check just a few days ago, and I'm already 1 centimeter dilated, 50% effaced, and I've lost my mucus plug. It could come any day now, and we will officially know if these old wives' tales were true or false. That is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed having my special guest here. He's more camera shy. He's in a little more videos. He'll get a little more comfortable on the camera, but he really wanted to be part of this one because he wanted to see, of course, what the old wives' tales would say, if it was going to be more towards boy, more towards girl. Lucky for him, it is team boy.
Yeah, let's go.
And hopefully delivery day, he'll get his baby boy. Mila, on the other hand, really wants a baby sister. So either Mike's gonna be super excited or Mila's gonna be super excited. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed watching.
Thumbs up.
Hit that little subscribe button so you don't miss out on my future ones. And I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.